Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ben Walker. You may not know me, but that is a good thing, and I will tell you why it is a good thing. It is a good thing because we are supposed to be the anti-establishment party, yet we have our very own establishment within our own party. And that's where my platform of change comes in. I am standing on a platform of change, grassroots change, okay? A little bit about me before I touch on that. I am ex-Royal Navy. I served in the Afghan War. I run a small construction business and I live in Bristol. So hopefully you won't have too much trouble understanding me this evening. I have a young family ranging from 18 right down to 7 months, and I am a grassroots man, as I said. I have been a town councillor, I have been a district councillor, I have been a mayor twice, I've been a vice chair of a local authority, and that is exactly where UKIP needs to be. Now, other candidates will talk to you about their visions, about where the party needs to go and the country itself, and they're all great. All valid concerns and big policy things that we need to drive forward with. The trouble is, the elephant in the room is our party itself. Our party is broken. There are too many people within our party in positions of responsibility who are acting against the interest of UKIP as a whole, and that needs to change. So, for me, from day one, there's massive structural changes I'd like to take in the party itself. I'm not going to have time to touch on them all tonight, but you can check out the website. But from day one, for me, I would sack the current chairman. He needs to go. Then my attentions will be turned to the MEPs and AMs who currently don't play ball with the party itself in terms of funding and in terms of carrying on their own little fractions within the party. We need to unite. Now, we're not going to unite and move forward if we carry on in the manner that we are. So secondly, that means too that we need to look at the NEC. The NEC which actively works against the interests of the party. And I am not the biggest fan of the NEC, however, again, they are used as a shield by the party management at times too. UKIP is structurally broken. We cannot be taken seriously by the electorate until we sort ourselves out. Until we get our house in order. And until we get our own house in order, we cannot even think about trying to get the house in order in London. In my opening statement a little bit about what I think the party should be doing. So to paraphrase, to put it very shortly, we need to be focusing on you, okay? You are the beating heart of this party. And for too long in UKIP, we have either suppressed talent or we've got rid of it. We reward failure as well, which just has to stop. And like other candidates have said, there is a huge amount of talent that exists within UKIP, and that needs to be utilised. So what I would like to see is uniformed ROs delivering the same information right across the UK. Okay, so gone are the days of you as a branch scrambling around to try and get your leaflets okayed, get your DNO signatures, all of those sorts of things. The RO is forcing it upon you. That's what we want. Okay, so that's the first thing. So we're going to start to fix the structure of UKIP. We're going to start to empower the membership and look after branches and their candidates. Secondly, we need to look and rewrite the constitution. It doesn't serve us anymore. And that goes hand in hand with the party rules. You have two documents that kind of conflict with each other. We need to sort that out. I also mentioned about the NEC. I've been chatting about this from day one. We need regional representation on the NEC. Now, that could be in the form of regional or county chairs who elect a representative to sit on the NEC or some other kind of fashion. I want to see members from all sections of the party as well on the NEC, from the LGBT, from the YI, you know, from a cross-faith kind of elected role as well. We've got to be representative of our membership, and we are not. Then we can elect members to the NEC, and also I'd like to see people appointed to the NEC with specific talent, merit, expertise in certain areas. You know, we cannot carry on in the same way, you know. We like I said earlier, we are a broken vessel now, and I am not the old guard, and I want to be something different. You know, if you elect the old guard, you're going to get the same. We've got to be radical, we've got to be forward-thinking, and we've got to be box clever, and we've got to look at our internal setup. But like I said, I can talk about this for hours, and I'm not going to be able to. But the truth is, go on my website and you'll see what I am saying about the party structure itself. Like I said, the chairman has to go as well. We need to refocus. We need to be a professional political party with a vision that we can sell and one that rolls all the time. I've been talking about a professional policy unit from day one. But anyway, you know, and that unit has to be a unit that can be bought into by the membership. So you can email it, phone it, write to it, they'll test it, they'll cost policy, and they'll drive forward with it. You know, direct democracy, great on paper, but actually, I'm not interested in a computer programme, I want to talk to you.
Excellent, thank you very much. Ben Walker.
Yep. So the question is, if elected, what would you do about Trident? Absolutely keep it. Obviously, being ex-Royal Navy, I would strongly believe in that. When it comes to defence spending, what UKIP should be saying is that we don't spend 2% of our GDP on defence, we spend 3%. And the reason for that is because when we spend 2% on defence, we can't even meet our current commitments. And that's the problem. So every time we see a defence review and we see our armed services hacked back once again, it's because we're not spending enough. It's no good to say we'll spend the 2%. Let's spend more. It's on our defence. So when it comes to ex-servicemen, ex-service women, they need to be prioritised as far as I'm concerned. So if you were a member of the services and you got to your half pension kind of stage, I would be interested in offering you a job within the prison service, within the police, or within the border force. And you would take priority on any social housing lists. We need to look after our armed forces, and when they come out, and we need to make sure that they have all the care and the support that they need. And that actually goes into things like PTSD and, you know, mental health issues as well. These are all important things. These are people that have put their lives on the line for us. Put themselves in a position where they could end up paying the ultimate sacrifice. If we want to be the patriotic party that we believe ourselves to be, that's one of the first things that we should start to do. Really quite short for you, actually, David. Completely agree with you. We should be looking after our very own fishing industry and trying to get some of those communities back to life. And obviously, hopefully, when we leave the EU, we can absolutely do that. So, yeah, forget the 12 miles. Let's go the 200 miles. Because it's our waters, it's our fish, and we have to start looking after ourselves once again.
Thank you. Are there any of the candidates?
Okay, right, very, very briefly. Obviously, I've talked a lot about the platform of change which I want to stand on, and I think that that really is, for us, one of the most important things for us to move forward with. You are given a difficult choice this time round. Effectively, you're being asked to elect someone who can take on the poison crown, who can deal with some of the issues that we have internally. But not only that, you're being asked to elect someone who can resonate and relate with the electorate, because first and foremost, that's what we've got to do too. You need someone at the helm of the party who you think the general public are going to be able to believe in. And I genuinely believe that I think I'm that man. Now, we can talk about policy and all that sort of stuff. We've got to get our vision right. Once we get that right and we're able to start selling that again, we can start to engage with lots of the disaffected people that we have lost. Now, as your leader, I'm going to be strong on all of those things. Now, when it comes to policy and stuff like that, the things that we should be banging on about are the things that the other parties won't steal from us. We need to be the party of the working class and a patriotic party. We need to be saying things like, we want voting reform. We need to be saying things like, let's scrap VAT. And we need to be saying things like, let's ban halal. It doesn't have a place in the UK. Now, we need to start taking charge of the debate. We have done it before. We've done it with no MPs. If I'm your leader from day one, I would be shouting from the rooftops with messages such like, with the money to Brussels, we stop it. And we stop it now.